Hello guys, I am Zachariah the Ghostwriter. Today I just want to share this video with you guys. It was early in the morning and I decided to have this 25 minutes video whereby you guys are going to see South African drivers driving early in the morning, because there is this thing that people are saying they don't stop at the red light simply because of they are afraid of being hijacked. But look at that guy. Just look at that taxi driver. It's early in the morning and already he's skipping the red light. So that means it is not about safety. When they are saying they don't they don't stop at the red light at night because of now they're afraid of being hijacked, it means it's just a bad habit. That means there are certain people who just want to become rebels. They just want to become outlaws. And this is a problem simply because of we are dying every day on our South African roads. And if we don't address these things, we are going to be in a serious trouble. So I want you guys to see how people are driving. I know the majority of you guys on this channel, you subscribed or you watch my content simply because of you just want to learn some new things. And sometimes the best way to learn is just to sit down and watch others doing the same thing that you want to do. I know some of you guys, you have driving instructors. Some of you guys, your siblings are teaching you how to drive. Some of you guys, you have your parents, they are spending time with you, making sure that you are driving and your driving skills can be better. And I know some of you guys, your siblings and your parents, they're shouting at you because of they feel like by now you should be a good driver. They don't understand why are you still moving gears the way you are moving them. I know they're still confused, like, why are you pressing a brake pedal that way? Just be gentle with it. I know those things do happen. Unfortunately I didn't have anyone close to me who was like teaching me how to drive. I had to learn the hard way. Sit at the passenger seat. Look at this taxi driver also. He skipped the line. Look at him. He just jumped the red light. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You see this taxi driver, exactly where he stopped, that's how you are supposed to stop your car. Look at the black car on the other side. That's how you're supposed to stop your car, before the line, not after the line. As I was saying, some of us, we had to sit and watch others driving. Make sure that I collect all the information. I look at each and everything the person is doing and store all that information in my head, so that the day I get the opportunity to drive, I just drive according to how I saw people driving. Of course, when times goes, you start, learning about rules of the road. You understand that, okay, that one, the person was not doing it right. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. Because there is also this habit whereby you see people avoiding speed humps. When it comes to speed humps, they will go on the side and drive on the paving, which is very wrong. But you learn about those things when you are starting to learn about rules of the road. You understand that, oh, I'm not supposed to do this. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. But when it comes to the basics of driving, I just learned that by watching others driving. So guys, sometimes just sit down, watch these videos. I am going to upload another video whereby I will show you how people are driving at night, because here it was early in the morning. Look at the weather. It was just crazy. It was misty. There was time whereby you couldn't see vehicles on the other side of the road. I still have the other video whereby, and I also wanted to speak about this. You see on my side, there is these lines also. The importance of a car stopping before the line is simply because of that space there in the middle there is made for pedestrians. There is a button somewhere next to the robot whereby if you feel like they're not giving you a chance, you can press that button and the robot will be ready for them. But I want to speak about this situation. You see this bus here, JR Chew Express. There is a taxi driver who will misbehave, who will do the unthinkable. And that taxi driver almost killed people. Just pay attention. Look at this taxi driver. Look at him. Just look at him. Thank God for the bus driver. The taxi driver was woke. He or she didn't just drive simply because of the robot is green. The taxi driver paid attention. The bus driver paid attention. The bus driver checked both mirrors. And if the bus driver didn't observe, if the bus driver didn't check the blind spot, if the bus driver didn't act the way he or she acted, we were going to be talking about a different story now. And the most painful part about that is simply because of now, the taxi driver is doing that while he has passengers in his taxi. He almost killed, I believe it's a 16-seater, right? There might be 16 people in there. 16 lives. We talk about mothers, we talk about fathers, we talk about breadwinners. Maybe there are students there also. And if he did that and people die, just think about the amount of, that was going to be a huge damage. And we know how, death can just destroy many people. And now I'm looking at this bicycle guy. I'm telling you, he already shows you what kind of a driver he is. If God bless this guy and he has a car, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this taxi driver there. Somebody kissed the taxi already on the side. Like, it shows how ignorant this guy is. See, they're opening the door there. Woo! Somebody already kissed the taxi there. Imagine you are sitting there and, a car just come and smash you right there. It's just a horrible thing. Yeah, people see things on the road, eh? So if the gentleman here, he was there in the middle of these two white lines, and he pressed the button there, this robot, you see these cars which are passing here, they were going to stop before the solid line. Simply because of the red light was going to be, the traffic light was going to be red. So they were supposed to stop here and give the gentleman a chance so that he can cross the road. So these are some of the things that we must address, we must look at, so that when you're driving, you need to know that once you see a solid line, if it's not a traffic light, if you see a solid line, normally there will be a stop sign next to that solid line. That means you must stop, unless if it's a traffic light and the light is green, that's when you proceed straight. But if the light is red, you stop your vehicles. You stop your vehicle before the solid line. Let's look at them again. You see the light is green. This is for beginners, by the way. You see the light is turning amber. Others are saying it's turning orange. Others are saying it's turning yellow. But amber is a color between yellow and orange. So we will just go for yellow for the sake of making things easier. You see now, there is a red light there. You see people are stopping behind. There is nothing wrong about this driver. You see there is still a space there before the solid line. Nothing wrong with that. The only problem is when you stop after the line. You see even there, the taxi driver is in a hurry. But I respect him for that. He took that those seconds before he can just go, which is a good thing. And one more thing, you don't just say simply because of now the light is green, I have a right of way, and you drive without checking. There might be an outlaw coming from an opposite direction telling you that they're in a hurry, and just drive straight to your vehicle. So you must be extra careful. And it's not just the outlaws, some people are on heavy medication. So you must always remember that. Because most accidents, they do happen simply because of, it's either somebody was not aware, it's either that person was on the phone, or it's either that person was dealing with a lot of things in their head, or it's either, the person just took heavy medication, and oh my God, look at the guy there. The person wanted to jump, and he realized that, oops, I'm late now. I cannot make it. Yeah, you see the lady here? Where she was crossing there? That was good. Today is Sunday, the 8th, May 2022. It's very cold in Johannesburg. I don't know where you guys are watching me from. This winter is gonna be bad, and they said we must expect rain. See, brothers are getting ready there. They're going to work, It's tough. I used to do this job back in the days. I remember they were paying me like $60 a day. And this job is tough, eh? Simply because of people, they don't want to roll down their windows. They cannot trust anybody. And now I remember there was this white guy who parked the car not far from the traffic light. His job was just to become a supervisor and check if we are waking, check if we are lazy or sitting down. Now you have to stand there for hours, walk between those cars, and smile. Because if you don't smile at those people, they don't trust you. You have to smile at them, greet them, and smile so that they can take your pamphlet. Hey guys, when I sit down and I look at those days, look at the taxi drivers, man. They are the usual suspects, the outlaws, the landlords. Look at them, kings of the road. And one more thing which is a bit dangerous about this job that these guys are doing is that you meet all sorts of drivers. Some people that they don't care. So you must be vigilant. You must be woke. You cannot do this job while your mind is clouded with too many things in your head. You can't survive this. Simply because of you will be limping within weeks. See there, you have to be careful. You have to stop, look at the traffic light, see that okay, it is red now, and these guys, they didn't even drive through. Then you start walking. And sometimes the robot will turn green while you are still walking. You have to stand there in the middle of right there on the line. So maybe I was just trying to get a good angle. Because I'm just recording this from, the balcony. During those days, guys, that 60 bucks was enough. I think I was 17, if not 18. Already I was renting a shack. I remember to a section called Winnie Mandela section, Zone 4. I was renting a shack there. I remember I was paying 100 bucks a month. The shack didn't have electricity, so I had to buy paraffin primer stuff. I had to buy paraffin. It was tough. Buy 12.5 maize meal so that I can cook pap all the time. Look at the taxi drivers, they're bad boys. And if I had a piece job, I knew that okay, what I have to do is to buy 12.5 of maize meal. I think it was like less than 20 bucks during those days. It was like 17 or what? It wasn't that expensive. Used to eat chicken mala a lot, chicken feet a lot, chicken head. I couldn't afford hearts. I couldn't afford gizzards. I couldn't afford the mixed portions, dry pack. There were also these other ladies who used to sell what we used to call them pieces, whereby they buy chicken, they will cut it into pieces, and they were selling a piece like R1, a piece of that chicken. So me, I was buying chicken feet simply because of with R2 I used to get 5 of them. And I used to buy chicken heads because with R1 I used to get 5 of them. So if I have R5, I know that I'll buy 10 chicken feet and also 5 chicken head. That means I'm sorted for the next 3 days. I was eating a lot of cabbage during that time, eating a lot of potatoes because they were a bit cheaper. And on a good day, it's when I buy bones. Amatambo, marapo. We used to buy them at Bashley Mall. Didn't matter if it was pork or cow, bones. We used to just buy them. It was solid. I remember we used to get a packet for R5. Or if I get those, man, it was just a great meal. It was just a great meal. I like them mostly weekends. Friday in the evening, get that. I'm going to cook my nice pap there and bones. Woo. So there is always the beginning, guys. I'm trying to share this story so that wherever you are, whatever you're dealing with, you need to know that these too shall pass. You need to know that whatever that you're dealing with, if you stay there, if you create more opportunities for yourself, or you study hard, whatever you're doing, or you focus on whatever that you're working on, at the end, you will get good results. At the end, you'll be happy. And sometimes when you are in the middle of something, you don't see what that thing is important in your life, no matter what, good or bad. Sometimes when you look back, that's when you realize like, oh, I had to go through that so that I can be in this space. We used to go to a place called Spartan looking for jobs. Of course, permanent jobs were very difficult to get. So we were getting like temporary jobs, whereby sometimes, they want somebody to offload the container. You go there, sometimes they pay you 80 bucks to, offload the container. Sometimes other companies were good, they will pay you 120 bucks. But no, that amount sometimes, even if they pay you 120, to other companies is the whole day. Even after you're done with containers, you have to start mopping, you have to go and start cleaning and sweeping. But other companies, you only offload the container, they give you 120 or that 80 bucks and you go home. Now the painful part about that, it was that when there is good opportunities whereby they need an assistant, they need somebody to go with a driver so that they can offload, things in that truck. People who were working there, they were always calling their cousins, siblings, so that they can get a job, a permanent job. But if there is a difficult job that they don't want their family members to work or to do, that's when they go outside there and they're looking for people like me who are just sitting next to the robot and looking for a job. And that was a bit painful simply because of now every car which passed by, you have to raise your hand so that they can see that you are available, you're looking for a job. I went through that. Sometimes, the white men just show up there saying, I'm looking for 4 guys, strong guys who can work. Simply because of, the structure was always this young man who is very strong, hardworking, and they will always choose me, jump into a car. We really don't know what we're going to do, where we are going. When they open the container there, it's either as 50 kg bag of, salt that we have to, pick from that container and go and pack it in the storeroom. It was just one of those crazy heavy duties. And you have to hold your ground. That time people people who are working in that company, sometimes they even stop, operating forklift. They just want to look at you guys, lifting those 50 kg of salt. It was tough. But I knew that when it's short time, it's short time. And I was that kind of a guy that I have to work to impress. I have to lift that bag so that the white man, when he look at me, is like, that one, get his numbers. So that next time when they have a container, they just call me direct. So they call me in advance, telling me that no, tomorrow there will be a container which will arrive to our company. You can show up early in the morning. So now, because of I impressed the white man, the following day I arrive early in the morning, 8 o'clock, I'm there at the factory. They will give me a broom. I will be sweeping the warehouse while we are waiting for the container to arrive. So they don't care about who are they going to get, during the day. If the container will arrive by 10 or 11, they know that they have a banker. They have a man who is willing to work hard. So that's what I was doing. So you need to eat, you need to make sure that you are ready for that. Sometimes, we were offloading tires, not these small tires, I think those tires were for the machines in the mines. Those tires are heavy. Sometimes it's just a pilot which is filled with, some chemical stuff that are dangerous. You need to wear a mask and go and offload that container. I remember one day when I was working at this other company, I think it's called Bex. I remember the supervisor was colored, and that guy was like saying, please make sure that you get these guys' numbers. Because of now, the forklift couldn't reach the pilot because it was a bit far, and they didn't have the extensions, because sometimes they have this steel that they can join it to the forklift so it can reach far. So they didn't have them. Now they needed the pilot to come closer so that the forklift can reach it. While they were busy struggling, putting 2 plus 2 together, jump in the truck, and I started pulling that pilot. And I don't remember what was there on top of that pilot. I just pulled it both from this corner. I'll go and hold the other corner and pull it forward until it was at the space whereby the forklift can reach it. So I remember the supervisor was like saying, man, what a strength. This guy has the strength of a bull. The power that he has. So sometimes you need to impress so that you can eat. So that's life, guys. So if you're looking for a job, you need to know that driver's license is very much important. They are going to tell you in most cases, we want somebody with a driver's license.